So, unfortunately, the healing pixies haven't been here while I've been away. The car is still in the same state as I left it, unfortunately. I kind of hoped I'd turn up and it'd all be fixed for me, because it's causing me quite a few headaches at the minute. So today I've got some more measuring to do, and this measuring is going to dictate whether this new front end is going to go on the car. A little bit nervous about it. What I'm measuring today is making sure those strut towers are not twisted. I've taken some measurements off a friend's E30. A few measurements that I can cross-reference between my car and his car. His car looks straight from the measurements that I did, so it looks like quite a reliable source of information. So first thing I'm going to do is take some measurements, and then second thing I'm likely to do, if it looks like these are twisted, I'm going to start measuring up for a potential tube front end and 3D scanning and stuff like that. I've had a look online to see if there's any kits you can buy or plans you can buy to do a tube front end from like the bulkhead forward. But from what I've seen, they're usually from the strut towers forward, like the front of the strut towers forward. The main thing I want to do is, if I do a tube front end, is make sure that the pickup points for the top of the suspension and the subframe stays the same. I want to use all OEM parts in regards to suspension and stuff like that. I don't want to start having to design my own suspension system up. I'd love to do that at some point, but with this car I don't want to do that. So what I don't think I've shown properly in my previous videos is actually this side, where the wing bolts up, lines up pretty well. It's pretty straight, as you'll see. But on the passenger side, it's about an inch or so out on this where it mounts, but also when I'm trying to push it down where the arch meets the strut tower, which is sort of leading me to believe that the strut tower could be tilted in, and that's what's sort of been worrying me. So like I said, I've got some measurements here. So I thought instead of just showing you a bit of paper, I'd draw them on screen for you. So excuse the poor drawing on screen, but basically this is my basic diagram. The two big circles are my strut towers, and the two little dots that I put on are my bolt holes that I'm measuring to. And as you can see, these are just the measurements that I took from my friend's E30. Only some basic measurements, but they should give me a good indication of if one or both of the strut towers is bent. Like I say, I'm pretty confident that the driver's side is fine. Not that it makes a right load of difference at the minute, but at least I've got a good reference, hopefully got a good reference for my measurements. And the more I keep looking at it, I think I've said it in a previous video, the more I keep looking at it, the more I think could be bent. So anyway, I'll put the measurements on the screen. But yeah, the first measurement I am going to take is, well, I'm going to get this front end off out of the way. Which, to be honest, with how easy that is to come on and off like that, I'd love the front end to be removable like that. It'd be so easy to work on. So much room for activities. So many activities! But unfortunately, it's not going to be like that, I don't think. So, like I say, first measurement. So, like I say, I measured a friend's E30. Just did some quick measurements just to get an idea. Like width between strut towers. And I took just a few reference points as well, so I could almost cross-reference it, if that makes sense. So the first measurement I took was between the strut towers, and the number that I'm hoping for is about 850 mil, and I've not looked yet because I'm a bit scared. And there we are looking, that's 825 mil. So we're not off to a good start. That's about 25 mil different. Well, that is 25 mil different. Which, yeah. Well, it's an inch. It's moved basically, which isn't ideal. We'll put it that way. So the next measurement I took was from one of these mounting holes for the wing, the one basically right next to the strut. And I took a measurement from there across back to this point here. And I got 1095 mil on my friend's car. I'm assuming it's going to be about 1070 mil, given the measurement I've just got. How strange. I was expecting that to be different. I was expecting that to be quite a bit shorter. I also did the same this way, as a bit of a cross reference. And obviously it's the same as what I got on my friend's car. Those two measurements were within a couple of mil of each other. So again, I'm looking for 1095 mil. I've got 1082 mil. So I've got 15 mil difference there. But basically, it looks like, to me, with the measurements I've taken, that this strut tower is just tilted in a little bit. Well, an inch. I wasn't expecting it to be exactly the same as the other car. I was expecting like probably 5 mil difference maximum. Just because of how old the cars are, and these do have, the E30s actually do have a common issue of the strut towers do tend to twist a bit, so usually you would have a strut brace on. I don't know whether that's made my mind up or not, but it being 25 mil out would make sense when I'm trying to line that front end up on this strut tower, because it, as you saw on the footage and as I'll put on now, it looked about 25 mil out on this side. So I kind of think that this strut tower is twisted in, tilted in at about 25 mil. But I'm just a bit, what's confused me is the measurements that I took off the other car are about, I mean, the 5 mil different here and there, but I was expecting it to be pretty equal, 25 mil or whatever, either side. But I kind of think I just need to start again. I think I need to tube front end it. I think I need to. But like I say, with the tube front end, I want to try and get standard top mount locations. So what I'm thinking I might do is buy a steel strut brace of some sort, bolt it onto this strut tower, so I'm more confident that this one's in the right location than I am that one. So I'll bolt the strut brace on this tower, place it on here, make sure it's somewhere near close to the holes, as in height wise, make sure it's touching here. And then what I'll do is probably just weld to the chassis, to to the bulkhead somewhere, weld it in a few places, and then what I'll probably do is, because I'm pretty confident this location is correct for my subframe, I will then weld this to the car where I'm not going to be cutting it off. So I'll just use more of this 10mm rod and weld it to the tunnel or somewhere else that I can find convenient, but hopefully it'll mean that it can't all move. So what you can see here is some more poor drawing by me, but basically I just wanted to give you an idea of what my plan was. These bits are basically going to be my replacement chassis legs, I think. I'll use some box section steel. I'm not 100% sure on the actual dimensions of those yet, but the idea is to lay one box section on top of the other, which should give me a very similar profile to how the chassis legs are constructed at the minute, except they use folded metal rather than just box section. And then from there I plan on cutting off the strut towers, and then these yellow bars are what I will make out of tube, probably like 35-40mm tube. There will be more reinforcements going in, but just to give a rough idea of what my plan would be. Obviously this is an extra simplified version. When I come to design it on CAD or whatever, it'll all be tucked under the wings as best I can and stuff like that. The blue bit you can see me drawing now, I want to make that piece completely removable, so when the engine comes in and out I can just take that out. I can just slide the front end out front. And obviously I haven't shown, but I will be constructing the strut towers again after I've cut them off. So what I'm going to do now is 3D scan with nothing on like this. I'll leave the subframe mounting thing on, I think, for now, but I'll scan the front end as it sits, and then what I'll do, I've got a pair of wings there that are just a bit rusty, and I pulled the arches on them, so I'll bolt those arches front wings on the car, and then I've got another front bumper down here somewhere there, again rusty, but doesn't matter, I'm just using it for positioning's sake. And then I'll basically try and line it up as best I can, height wise and all that, and then I'll scan the inside of the car with the front bumper and the wings on, and then hopefully I can design on Fusion a tube front end of my own. So so it fits. I want all the bodywork to fit as was, basically. I want it to look standard. I want it all to just fit up normally, and when you open the bonnet, it's only then you're gonna see something's different. But I don't want my wheels exposed when you open the bonnet. I don't want to be able to see into my wheel well. So I will have to cover that with metal. I'll probably just buy some tubs that you would usually use on a pickup when you're lowering it, or a VW Transport, like a T1 or T2 or whatever they are. That it's quite common for them to tub them, and so they can tuck the wheels further up into the bed. So I'll probably get something like that to fill in my arches, both sides, and we'll figure it out as we go along, I think. This project suddenly turned into, it was already going to be quite a big one, it's now turned into a fucking huge one. So I'll just throw in a few little videos of me 3D scanning the car, but if you've watched my channel before, or you're watching this video, you've probably seen someone 3D scan a car. It's quite a boring process and you don't really need to watch me do it. I've scanned the front end, I'll put a bit of footage in now, just showing you the model. But I did it on so with the scanner that I've got, you can do it you can scan in 3 modes. Large mode, well, 3 different sizes and 3 different modes. You've got large mode, which is designed so you can scan things that are like 2 meters. You could basically do a car with large mode, but the quality suffers quite a bit. Then there's medium size, which I think is about ½ a meter squared. It's designed like, you know what I mean, like it's sort of big. The resolution becomes better, and then you can do small things that are really just for using small toys, but the quality of that is much better. I do try and scan things on either medium or small, because when I've scanned the engine in large mode, and if you haven't seen the video of me messing about scanning the engine, maybe have a look at my other videos if you're enjoying it. So I try and scan things in medium or small mode, because large, the resolution just isn't there usually, and it's just because it's trying to scan a much bigger area. This scanner that I've got, Crowley Auto, I think it was like 300 or 400 quid if I remember rightly. Might have been a bit more, can't quite remember. Anyway, you can spend a lot of money on the scanners, and this is more of a hobbyist one. It's great for what you can do with it for the money, but it does have its limitations as well. So, it seems to be taking quite a while for my laptop to process this scan. I don't want to wait any longer, so what I'm going to do is bolt these wings on and the front bumper on, get it lined up as best I can, and then get ready for my next scan. I did say in the previous bit of footage that I was going to try and scan it on the medium mode, but it's taking ages doing it on the large mode, so it's going to take even longer if I scan it on a medium mode. I think it's not a 3D scanner issue, I think it's a my laptop issue. That it's not, it was powerful back in the day, but the laptop's what, 6 years old now, probably a bit older than that. So it's not quite up to scratch anymore. But yeah, anyway, leaving that to process, I'm going to bolt these on. So I bolted the wings on the front bumper, camera and out battery, so I've now charged it, it's on. So now I'm going to scan it all with all the bodywork on, and then yeah, that'll give them a baseline for creating my tube front end, hopefully. So yeah, I'll crack on.
So yeah, annoyingly I didn't do a screen recording, so you can't see what's going on the screen, but I'm just moving the scanner around the front end, trying to get it in all the nooks and crevices to try and get a good scan model, which I'll show in a minute. But yeah, took a while, did quite well, didn't lose track in very much at all, to be honest, which is surprising really, because there's quite a bit of similar shapes and geometry. But yeah, you can now see a little bit on the screen, but you just want to keep scanning until it all gets to a green colour on the scan, and that shows it's got good data. So I'm just checking it there just to make sure that I've got good scan. I just noticed that I was missing a little bit that I wanted on that left hand side, so yeah, just going back over it again.
So that's everything scanned that I want to get scanned today. I think we're going to end up going tube front end. So yeah, some more choppy to come. Maybe in the next video I'll start roughly shaping out what I want to do, and also hopefully I did some cool editing showing you what my rough idea is, but we'll see. But yeah, if you have enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing, and yeah, Hope you have a nice weekend.